Hello. Welcome back to Beholdle, everyone's favourite 3.5e D&D monster guessing game. We have a database of roughly 4,161 monsters. I put extra monsters in literally the other day. I stuck an extra 200 in there. So it's ever expanding. I'll have to start referring to it as the ever expanding database until I've catalogued every monster possible. So yeah, 4 extra books I think I stuck in. So we're up over 4,000. One has been chosen at random, much like Wordle or Gamedle or anything else that ends in dull. We are gonna start with a starter. We're gonna compare criteria, and we're gonna find out what that monster was, or fail miserably because Beholdle is really fucking hard. But that's what makes it fun, right? You know, it's not like Wordle where you're just gonna win every single day and end up with like a 2-year streak. This is a hard ass game for hardcore people. And today's starter was chosen by Pell, and it is the White Pudding. Interesting. It's a cold aquatic environment ooze that has neither the cold nor aquatic subtypes. Man, sometimes you question the designers that put some of this together, because whilst a lot of it is good, every so often there's fuck ups. Like, I was putting the miniatures handbook in, and like the things that get overlooked you would not believe. I found the aspect of Cord, who, if you don't know, is a chaotic good deity, and in the alignment box it says always chaotic evil, and I was like, who fucking overlooked that shit? Like, what the hell? That's like alright, it might be a fairly simple mistake, but it's also a kind of a huge mistake at the same time. And I did also find in what was I doing? Lost Empires of Faerun, I think. There was a Baelor whose alignment was set to chaotic good. Again, just, complete oversight. It's easily done. There's probably some entries like that in the database, but I'm like, I don't have an editor checking my shit when I do it, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't have a fucking company behind me. And, I guess maybe there was no one putting in the attention to detail at Wizards of the Coast either, so there you go. Okay, enough bad-mouthing. Let's get on with some beholding. What can we learn from this starter that Pell has given us? We are material plane bound, so that's always good to know. No subtype, small and large, high CR, neutral, on law to chaos. I mean, I smell an NPC. So maybe, do I just hit an NPC straight out of the gate? Neutral evil or neutral good? Neutral evil is quite a common one for necromancers. So do we just tap a necromancer? What about a true necromancer? Boom. We are indeed an NPC. Okay. Weirdly, a lawful neutral necromancer, despite necromancer traditionally being evil by its very nature. Someone having some fun with it there. Okay. God. So we're fishing for a neutral good or neutral evil NPC. Ah, jeebus. Okay, hold up. What other necromancers is there? Because I'm sure... Pretty sure that one is neutral evil. Lawful evil. God, I suck. Okay. So we are definitely... All we've learned is that we're definitely neutral evil. What about a cleric of Neril? We've got any Neril clerics? Got a few Neril clerics. Lower than CR10 is interesting. That moves me away from prestige classes to actual thematic NPCs. Do you reckon the Priest of Neril is also in Libris Mortis? What about the Soldier? Uh... God, where do we even start? Neutral evil. It does very much fit the whole sort of dark magic angle. Death. It's like stuff like assassins and shit is usually lawful. A lot of like just evil for evil's sake is chaotic. So we're sort of in that middle ground where it's like kind of evil for the self. I do feel like we're looking for job rather than race here. I don't think the race is necessarily what's going to help us. You know, there's an argument to be made to like lean away from orcs and stuff, but even like we see here, like an orc necromancer lawful evil alignment. We're between 7 and 9 CR, which is low for a prestige class. Not impossible. Just suggests they're designed to be a foe. Neutral evil. Oh man, it's so broad. And this is one of those where, like I was saying about potentially having a race indicator for NPCs, probably wouldn't help a lot here. What other clerics have we got? We got any other? Is the cleric of Dendar neutral evil? Rogue cleric. There's also like the what about the Blood Magus? Oh, god damn it. Okay, well, we are CR8. So prestige class is possible, but not from complete arcane. Jesus Christ. Cleric of Orcus. How is the Cleric of Orcus lawful? This was another one of the weird ones. I put this in recently, Ghost Walk. Yeah, that's probably why it's in my brain. Dwergar Cleric. Probably Psionic, though, realistically. I'm going to try the Dendar Cleric. Oh, it is. So it's from Champions of Ruin as well. Fucking hell. Ah, shite. Okay. Oh, God. Oh my god, there's so many NPCs in Champions of Ruin. It was a real bitch of a book. Shite. You've got 2 guesses left. Oh man, can I remember what's in Champions of Ruin? Wearer of Purple, I think, is in there. So let's grab it. Nope, that's Dragons of Faerun. Good start. Good start. You got 1 guess left, knobhead. Okay. What else? I know it's not the Sun Master. Pretty sure it's not the Rainbow Servant. Netherese Arcanist is a lich. Champions of Ruin. Bilious Crow in there? That sounds like such a Faerunian name. Tempted to just go for that anyway. The Werewolf Range of Selune might be in there as well. Why would you be neutral evil if you're a Werewolf Ranger? You'd be like chaotic, right? Not that, that's from a complete... Some of this shit might be. We've got 1 guess and it's gotta be good. Disciple of Shah? Sounds like the kind of thing that would be in Champions of Ruin, doesn't it? Are the Sharans neutral evil? Fuck it. Right book, too strong. Lucia Califar, Drow Night Mask Deathbringer. Jesus Christ. But come on, I managed to hit Champions of Ruin a 2nd time. That was pretty good, right? That was pretty good. I would not have guessed Lucia Califar, the Drow Night Mask Deathbringer, but now I know. Now I know. Yeah, Champions of Ruin, very NPC heavy. That's going to be a streak-killing book, definitely, many times. Okay, quick dip into Discord. Orange-white, no surprises. Did he get close? He did not get the right book, which, again, not surprising. I'm not, like, casting aspersions. Game is very hard. I said that at the start. But I mean, obviously he starts with an NPC, so he knew going in that's what he was dealing with. We went for a Thean Knight, taking off Complete Warrior, Bilious Crow, which is Tome of Magic, Master of the Oak Necromancer, exactly the same thing I did. An Academy Necromic Occultist, interesting. Zentarum Spy, interesting. Cult Wizard. Eyes of Vecna Cultist. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, there's probably some Vecna clerics out there as well that are neutral evil. Then a Demogorgon Cultist, who is, of course, chaotic, rightfully so. And then I think just fishing at the end, Ruby Order Cultist. He got really hung up on the cultists. But cultists often lawful because it's an organization, right? It lends itself to lawful alignment. Not always, but I think it often leans that way. Well, that was an okay-ish Beholdle. I mean, I say that it was a hardish shit Beholdle. Sometimes it's hard, and we will at some point. I will find a way to make these easier. Because even if the thing is, like, my plan to make sure, like, there's a column for race specifically, which would flag this as either elf or drow, depending on how we granularize it, which is a whole other conversation in itself. It would not have helped here, right? Even knowing we were dealing with a drow wouldn't have particularly helped. Because you're still just shotgunning at random at that point. Although I guess if we knew it was Champions of Ruin and a drow, I could have probably got a bit closer to it because there's not that many in there, and it's a matter of like knowing that like Nightmask Deathbringer is. I know it's not from Drow of the Underdark. I know it's not from Underdark. It absolutely is like ridiculous enough to be in Champions of Ruin. It's very Faerunian. It's not, like, I know it's not from a prestige class from the Completes or anything like that. So yeah, there you go. Right, I better bugger off, hadn't I? I'm gonna cut stream for a moment, set up for Primal, and then I shall be back. So I'll see you shortly. Bye.